So, yeah, turns out there's this thing called the ego, which is kind of like this bunch of thoughts that most people have, um, which tell us that we're different from everybody else. And a lot of spiritual teachers, they like to talk about the ego a lot, because they say it's very important to know about it, right? Because it's the thing in our personality that tells us that we're different from everybody else and that we need to be aware of where we stand, like in the social hierarchy and stuff. Because what they say is basically we're all the same, right? Like we like to eat food, for example, we need to sleep. Uh, Everybody basically needs to drink and likes to get tipsy once in a while. uh, well, not everybody, most people. So I guess in some cases the ego might be right. I don't know. So turns out the reason why a lot of people talk about the ego so much is because it causes a lot of problems. It makes us think of like, well, how do I measure up here? How am I compared to those people? And we have a lot of thoughts, a lot of worries that we didn't even need to have to go about life, right? So so if you can sleep enough and eat enough, and if you have a couple of friends, uh, and you still feel like you're in trouble, it probably the ego, man. Probably is the ego. So, but yeah, now this guy, Eckhart Tolle, who talks about the ego a lot, actually, he's the guy uh, through whom I found out about it in the first place. He just posted this poster on Facebook saying the ego is no more ego if you know that there's ego. So now that I told you about it, you know about it. And apparently then it disappears, it's gone. The whole thing is over with. So for everybody who hasn't known about the ego before this video, I guess I just opened and closed that case within that one video. So don't worry, just be aware of it, I guess.